everybody's off. It will be quiet in the streets, I think. So I'm gonna go for a little drive. See what happens today. Love this skirt, it's very comfy. My favorite place to have breakfast. Best food ever. I get to watch the street. Really nice views. Sit here and watch the street while I have breakfast. And I'm just in love with this. I'm in love with this. Like, I can just sit here all day. And they have a massage thing in the back. They have like a really great massage parlor. So I might get a massage after this. And yeah, 2025 already off to a very chill start. Already a great year. And I feel, I had a good sleep last night. So it's just hard, being pregnant. I don't always get a good sleep because sometimes my belly is in an uncomfortable position, and or I have like a full bowels, which puts pressure on my insides because there's also a baby. So just, this is a good one. It's a good day. Breakfast part 1. And my fruit plate. What's up, you guys? So I wanted to talk today about, first of all, why you should want to feel safe in your body and how to do so. This is something that I've really cared about for a while now, because I've really struggled to feel safe in my body for a while, and not feeling safe in my body has created a lot of blockages and limitations in my life, in my personal life, in my ability to become financially prosperous, in so many times in my life. And when you think about what causes mental issues or mental instability or just behavioral problems in people in general, when you come down to the root of it, most people's problems in their ability to cope and function in the world comes from not being able to feel safe in their bodies. Whether it's anxiety or like being flaky in relationships or being like too intense, type A, like whatever problems people have in their personalities, usually it comes from the root is it's like an adaptation to not feeling safe at some point in their life. And the way to get over people's problems, relationship problems, whatever, is not to shame yourself and say, oh my gosh, like, I'm a bad person, I should just kill myself. That's kind of not the thing that's going to make you better. The thing that's going to make you better is if you become safe in your body. That's what's going to allow you to be the best you that you can be, is when you feel safe with yourself. When you feel safe to be who you are. For me, when I think of like, why didn't things work? Why didn't jobs work? Why didn't careers work? Why didn't relationships work? Why didn't, for me, it was, and because for me, like, it was so crazy, like, it was so extreme what I felt like I was dealing with. It was so obvious to me that I didn't feel safe in my body. I didn't feel safe around people, like, all people, even myself. I was always constantly in panic mode, and I wouldn't feel safe around in friendships. I would feel like things will inevitably turn sour, turn dark. I always had this like belief in my brain that eventually everybody that I get to know is going to hurt me. Eventually they're going to try to make me small in some way in my relationships. Eventually I won't be attracted to them anymore, or eventually I won't like them anymore, or eventually they won't like me anymore, or eventually something wrong is going to happen. Always believing in the worst case scenario, the doom and gloom, and not feeling safe in things just working out. And obviously, when you don't feel safe in things just working out, they just don't work out, because you manifest things. You manifest your reality. If you don't go into a relationship positively, believing that it's going to work, well, it's not going to work. If you don't go into a career believing it's already hard enough when you do believe it's going to work. You know what I mean? Imagine how hard it's going to be if you don't believe it's going to work. So, there is so much benefit to feeling safe in your body, just being confident. And another thing about feeling safe in your body, which is a huge benefit, is that your world becomes safe. You create a safe world around you. When you can learn how to feel safe in your body, other people actually become safe. When you don't feel safe in your body, you attract the danger in other people. You become a prey, and everybody becomes a predator. Not just because they're a predator in your mind, but in real life, they will become a predator. For me, I felt like, why am I always being targeted? Why am I always being victimized? Why am I always being scapegoated? When I look back, I was this scared little girl that had just left the religious community. I was vulnerable, I was naive, I was a virgin, I was just whatever, this terrified little girl that didn't really know what she was doing. And because I was constantly in panic mode, I was terrified of everything all the time. I was terrified of all people. I attracted the fight or flight in all the people around me all the time. So even if there was someone who, and everybody has fight or flight in them. Everybody has in them the ability to be predator or prey or just be neutral. That's being an animal. That's instinctive. Everybody has in them a natural inclination to want to protect themselves in the time of danger, or go on offense, go on defense. That's kind of human nature. It's animalistic. We all have it. So when I would turn on panic mode, when I would feel unsafe in my body and feel panic, that would alert to the people around me that they should also do the same, and they would start acting on offense. They would start acting offensively. They would start attacking me for no reason. They would be provoked to cross my boundaries, to bother me, to target me. It wasn't just in my head. It was happening for real. People did become more dangerous when they were around me because I wasn't able to feel safe in my body, and I was bringing out the predator in other people because I was acting like a prey. And like, I'm oversimplifying it, but that's just one example of like a reason why young me would have wanted to feel safe in her body, and why now that's such an important thing for me, is to learn how to feel safe in my body and learn to be okay with myself, really, really to feel safe in my body, and to be the kind of person that brings out the safeness in other people too. When you are safe in your body, even if other people aren't safe in your body, in their bodies, you're bringing out the safe side of them. When you believe the best about people, for example, that is like a translation of I feel safe in my body, because when you believe the best in someone, even if they are crazy and they've been diagnosed. Even if you meet someone who's crazy and is diagnosed with a bunch of crazy mental illnesses, and you meet them, and if you just pretend like you don't know anything about them or any of their mental illness history or whatever, and you just focus on seeing the best in them, and that person is more likely to act nice and civilized around you because because you're bringing that part of them out. You're bringing out the best in them because you're communicating to them, I feel safe around you. So that person is able to let their defenses down or to act in a way that you do when you feel safe. You're basically communicating this is a safe environment. So there's like a lot of benefit to communicating safety, and like I really hope I'm explaining it well. There's a huge benefit to communicating safety to the people around you and also to yourself. When you communicate safety to yourself, when you feel safe in your own body, you're able to be more consistent on projects. You're able to be more consistent with your YouTube uploading so that eventually it goes somewhere. You're able to be more consistent in your relationships so that they eventually go somewhere. You're able to be more consistent in your business so that it makes money, because we all know that when you're able to be more consistent, eventually you get somewhere. And I actually had a dream 2 nights ago. I had a dream that I was at like SeaWorld or something, and there was a seal show, like a baby seal show. And the baby seals were supposed to they had their cages. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to SeaWorld in LA, in San Diego actually, it's in San Diego. SeaWorld is it's like Disneyland for sea animals. It's like a zoo for sea animals, I guess. And they have all kinds of shows and stuff. And so they had a baby seal show where all the baby seals had their little cages that they were in, and then they were supposed to be let out of their cages and go to the main aquarium where they do their seal show dance, whatever. And so in my dream, the baby seals, they were supposed to be in their seal cages, but instead of going into the main arena where they do their seal dance, they all decided to come out of their seal cages and come and chase after me. That was what my dream was about, where the baby seals that were supposed to be in a cage and they were supposed to be in the show, and I was in a crowd filled with people. This is literally how I feel going out into the world. I believe deep down, there's a part of me that believes that if I am in a crowd of 100,000 people, and there's baby seals that are locked away safely in a cage, they don't even see me, they're supposed to be going into this arena show, somehow something will happen that will make all these baby seals find me and come chase after me. That's literally the belief that I have deep inside of me, because I've just felt so many times in my past, in my life, that people have been attracted to come after me for whatever reason, even if I shouldn't have even been on their radar, even if I was 1 in a million just out there. That's how unsafe I feel around most people, around all people, really. Even around, so anyway, I'm getting off track. So they come and all the baby seals come chasing after me, and I start running and running and running. And the faster I run, the faster the baby seals come chasing after me. And at some point in the dream, I notice that there's this little blonde girl that is petting the baby seals and like a dog, and they're coming and they're playing with her, and she's and then she looks at me and she's look, they're just playing, they just want to play, and they're just like dogs, and she's petting them, and the baby seals, they're not hurting her, they just want to play with her. And then me coming to this realization that all the baby seals chasing after me, they don't want to hurt me. They're not chasing after me because they want to hurt me. They're chasing after me because they want to play. And because I was running away from them and being so scared of them, they thought they have to chase me even harder. And it was just really, really interesting thing. My dream was trying to communicate to me that because I don't feel safe around other people, I am essentially creating this prey-predator dynamic, where even the people that weren't trying to chase after me in a hostile way, they were maybe wanting to be my friend, they wanted to play, whatever, because I was in so much panic, maybe rightly so, I was in so much panic and trying to get away from them, they turn into predators. And so what I realized in that dream was that I want to become the kind of person that is the opposite. I want to become the kind of person that feels so safe in my body, in the world, in where I'm at. I want to be the kind of person that feels so safe that even if the baby seals were chasing after me as prey, even if they were chasing after me as they were them being the predators, I want to feel so safe in my body that I could actually, like that little girl in my dream, that I can actually turn the predators into friends. That I can look at them and say, oh my God, you want to play? Let's play. And that they would, without realizing it, their instinct to come after me in a hostile way would turn into love. Oh, I'm showing them safety, and they will feel safe, and they will want to play. And that's what I realize, and this is what I'm realizing is really important for me these days, is that I want to be the kind of person that feels safe in my body. I want to be the kind of person that makes other people feel safe. Not for other people. Not because I give a shit about other people. No, it's not about other people. It's because when I can be the kind of person that makes other people feel safe, then they will become safe for me. Make no mistake, it's not for other people. And if I don't feel like I can do that for another person, that if I can reflect safeness in them, of course, I will avoid them, and I should avoid them. But I do have the power, as we all do, to influence whether the people around me will be predators or will they be friends. Will they be wanting to chase after me and eat me, or will they want to play with me? And so I've been thinking about this a lot. And there is a few things. First of all, to recognize that you don't feel safe in your body is the first step, I would say, to feeling safe in your body, is to realize if you don't feel safe in your body, if you don't feel like, to notice the problem, to notice it as being a problem. You know, you might see yourself as being totally feeling safe in your body, and you know, when you are suspicious of other people, maybe you're just rightly suspicious, and maybe they're just so far gone that you need to avoid them. It's really important. The next thing I would do to feel safe in my body, because I do feel like I'm more safe in my body than I was like a year ago or 2 years ago for sure. Definitely more than I was years ago. I was really, really, in panic mode years ago. Is really important to be as selfish as possible and to find out what makes you feel safe. Because if you don't feel safe in your body, you don't know how to feel safe in your body. Like, how do you learn how to be safe in your body? How do you learn how to feel safe with yourself if you literally don't know how? How do you pretend? People are just like, yeah, just feel this way, just be this way. And it's like, you can't just feel a way that you don't feel. Why would you feel a way that you don't feel? Why would you be something you don't know how to be? Like, you have to learn it from somewhere. And the way that you learn how to feel safe in your body is you find other things, places, people, things that make you feel safe in your body. And just keep exploring, just keep moving around. If you don't know literally anything, I literally was in places where I literally couldn't think of a single thing that would be able to make me feel safe. If you don't know, keep moving around, keep exploring, keep thrashing around in your dysfunction until you get to the place where you find something that makes you feel safe in your body. Keep moving, keep having one night stand, keep just moving around like crazy until you find the things, places, people, things that make you feel safe, and observe what's happening. Treat yourself like a science experiment. When you do find that one movie or that one person or that one TV show or that one city cafe, coffee shop, park, whatever, that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel maybe you don't have to fight, you're not in fight mode, that makes you feel a little bit more relaxed. As you do that, Try to find the common denominators. Like, why? Why is this thing making me feel safe? Oh, because I think nature makes me feel safe. So maybe I should spend more time in nature. And through finding all the things that make, maybe it's like comedy, rom-coms make me feel safe. Oh, comedy, humor, laughter makes me feel safe. Oh, I love spas. I love, for some people, it's handbags, designer handbags. Like, a lot of women feel safe with being around designer handbags, because designer handbags to them signifies wealth, which signifies financial stability, which makes them feel safe. Maybe you feel safe to be always around like a fancy hotel or a fancy crowd, people that look dressed well, people that look clean shaven. Like, maybe that's the thing that makes you feel safe. And so it doesn't matter if it's the right or wrong thing. It doesn't matter what's right or wrong. Maybe you feel safe around a big, huge, strong guy as a girl or as a guy. Maybe you feel safe around a big, huge, strong guy because he, like, literally, I noticed, like, with Andrew, people are scared of him. Like, especially people that don't know him, that aren't close enough, they're scared of him. So, like, that makes me feel safe. I feel like people, if we are in the streets, when I was younger, I would feel very, very, I just would have felt like people didn't respect my personal boundaries in the street, like strangers. And I feel like a lot of my anxiety of going outside has deteriorated because I'm with, like, a big scary guy. And that makes me feel very safe. People just don't want to mess with me. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to waste my time. When it's just me and I'm by myself and I'm just walking out of the streets, I don't like people wasting my time. I don't like people wasting my time and trying to, like, and I feel like when I'm with Andrew, they don't do that. They might say hello to him, but they won't encroach on my boundaries. And that makes me feel very safe. And so, whatever it is for you. For some women, it might be the opposite. Oh, they don't want people to be scared of them. They feel safe when they have more physical interactions, more in-person interactions. So, like, it really depends on you. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. It depends on you experimenting, treating yourself as a science experiment, and getting to know yourself. What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel safe in your body? And just spending as much time around those things that make you feel safe in your body. Over time, teaching your body how to feel safe by being around those things, doing those things, being around people that make you feel safe, doing things that make you feel safe with those people. Maybe it makes you feel safer in your body when you're running, when you're being active. Maybe you feel safer in your body when you sleep a lot. Like, whatever it is, you feel safer when you speak a certain language. I just feel like there's just so many little things for myself that I notice that make me feel safer. I feel safer with, like, when I'm wearing at least some colors on myself. It makes me feel like a kid, Over time, when you allow yourself to uninhibitedly be around things that make you feel safe, you start to believe that you feel safe. And you won't even know why. You just start to believe that the world is a safer place. And then you start to do things and act in a way that puts out safe energy. And you start to create this, like, safe auric field around yourself. You will start to create this aura of I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. And this I am safe aura perpetuates more safety. It brings more safe people in your life, which will make you feel more safe. It brings more safe ideas into your mind. It brings more safe career, safe things that make you feel safe. It will deter things that will not make you feel safe. And over time, maybe over years, what might happen what will happen if you keep doing this, it will happen because this is kind of how it works, is you will feel so safe in your body that even if you're in a place that is not safe to the average person, you'll still feel safe there, and you will act in a way that triggers the safe parts of that place. You'll be walking around, sometimes being ignorant of the things that are unsafe is actually a safety measure. Like sometimes, like if you are in a very dangerous neighborhood and you're with someone that is very panicky and a very scared person, and you don't want to attract danger to your group of people, you might not tell that person that you're in a dangerous neighborhood, because if you tell them, then they're going to act in a way or feel in a way that is unsafe, and they're going to attract the unsafeness of the place, the unsafe people and predators. So like when Andrew and I first moved to Bogota, we didn't really know the different areas, and we moved to Santa Fe, which was like the kidnapping capital of Bogota. We moved to the neighborhood with like the most kidnappings, basically, which is crazy. Like there were kidnappings while we were there. Americans were getting kidnapped. Like there was like 2 Americans while we were there. There were 2 Americans that were kidnapped that were army people. They were in the army. They weren't even like civilians. They were like people that worked in the U.S. Army, and they got kidnapped. So like imagine what an unsafe neighborhood that was. And not just that, it was like it's the famous, if you've been to Colombia, if you lived in Bogota, if you're from there, people would always meet us and they'd be like, you lived in Santa Fe? Like the Colombians would be like, what? Are you crazy? What were you doing there? We just didn't know. We didn't know, and we just got an Airbnb that looked pretty in Santa Fe. And we lived there, and we would walk around not knowing that it's like the worst neighborhood on the planet to be, especially if you're a foreigner. And we were so confident when we were walking around, and we didn't even realize until after we moved out of there that it was like the worst neighborhood ever. While we were there, we were so confident and okay with ourselves, and so we just so oblivious to the fact that we were in an unsafe neighborhood that I think people just weren't attracted to us. And we also were kind of dressed in our like normal clothing. We were just kind of like lackadaisical walking around. Andrew was out one day and he was like, I saw someone pulling a gun on someone. That's so weird. Like, is this all of Colombia? And it's like, no, it was just that neighborhood. I think the fact that we were so oblivious to the dangers of that neighborhood caused us to act in a way that didn't trigger predators to come and attack us. Also, in addition to the fact that Andrew's a big, scary guy, and, when he's walking, he automatically just looks very confident, and people don't want to mess with us. But that's just one example of how feeling safe in your body, being in your safe mind, attracts the safeness in your environment, in the people around you. When you're panicked, when you go into a room panicked and you're kind of looking around, maybe you're feeling emotionally unsafe. So you're being like really, really, really hyper vigilant and sensitive to the emotions of everybody around you. You're kind of like looking around. You're kind of looking like you're about to be like, so you're naturally, without people even being consciously aware of this, you're instinctively going to raise the hypervigilance of the people in that room. And even if those people weren't the kind of people to like pick on you emotionally, if left to their own devices, they will come and pick on you emotionally, because they're smelling blood and they're turning into sharks, and maybe it's totally happening instinctively. They don't even realize they're doing it. So what you want to do, or what I want to do, and you want to if you're watching this video, is like, I want to learn more how to be more safe in my body. And I feel like I've learned how to do this to the point where I know that it's a thing now. I'm able to be aware of this. And I want to do this even more. I want to learn how to become even safer in my body. I want to be around sharks. I want to actually be around sharks and turn the sharks. I want to turn the sharks into little cute little fishies. That's what I want to do. I want to be around sharks and turn them into cute little fishies that just want to be, around me. I want to be around wolves and turn those wolves into cute little puppies that just want to be petted. That's what the kind of aura that I want to build around myself. And the way that I'm going to do that is to surround myself with things that make me feel safe. Do all my favorite things. Watch all my favorite shows. I'm going to watch, I discover that the kind of genre, because I've been having trouble discovering my favorite genre of watching movies or TV shows. I think I really like lately, I've really been enjoying drama action, like drama action mystery, like The Imposters, or that show called You, where that guy is an obsessive stalker, or the show Revenge, or there's a show, what is the show called? It is, I forget what it's called. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the one with the black guy and the Asian lady. It's different than the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's like a totally different thing. It's not like a rerun, but I'm just really enjoying those genres, and that makes me feel safe lately. What makes me feel safe is thinking about food, because I'm pregnant and I just love thinking about food. What makes me feel unsafe? A lot of things. Actually, literally everything makes me feel unsafe usually. But the more I spend time focusing on the things that make me feel safe, my favorite colors, I've been watching a lot of and also just thinking about clothing design, stuff that people design to wear themselves out on the street or in a fancy event or whatever, stuff like that. Clothing design, food stuff. Obviously my vlog makes me feel very safe, which is funny because most people that I know, at least, if you tell them to put their face on a camera on YouTube in public and share their deepest, darkest secrets in public, they would feel very unsafe doing that. So it's not one way for everybody. It's discovering what makes you feel safe and really, really focusing on that. When you focus on the things that make you feel safe, you take that energy with you to other places, and you walk around in other places that maybe don't make you feel so unsafe, but you go with the safe energy, and you turn things that normally wouldn't make you feel safe into things that make you feel safe. You are basically brainwashing the world. You are indoctrinating the world and the world around you and the environment around you into being safe for you, which is so beautiful. It's amazing that we have this. It's manifesting, basically. It's an amazing superpower that we have as humans. You can do this as a human. You can turn unsafe things into safe things for yourself. And we have this instinctively built in us, this ability to do this. You're constantly signaling to the world around you, to your partner, to your family members, to your friends, to people on social media. You're constantly instinctively sending them signals of how they should feel around you. When you are feeling in your safe mode, you're sending them signals of everything is safe. They will send you back safe signals, and then it will perpetuate a safe situation. And then the opposite, you're not feeling safe. They might have known you long enough and have enough safe signals around them that they can respond with safety, but maybe they don't. It also depends on their personal situation. Some people might be getting all their sense of safety from you. So if one day you crack and you aren't sending them safe signals, they're going to respond with their most traumatic and worst signals ever. So it's also, for me, what I'm realizing is really important to not be around people where you're the source of safety for them. Because if you're the only source of safety for people in your life or for anything, then if you have a bad day and you aren't able to feel safe one day, you crack one day, they're going to come at you with like, you know, a lot of unsafety if you're the only safe thing. But chances are, if you're the thing that's making someone feel safe, you're the only thing, chances are they're not making you feel safe anyway, so you're probably not going to want to choose to be around them all the time anyways. So anyways, that was a really crazy video, and I think I'm really getting hungry, and the thing that would make me feel safe right now is I'm gonna go and eat some tacos. I think I'm gonna see what Andrew wants and if he's hungry. Andrew has been working all day. He's been working really hard, and yeah, I'm gonna go see if he's hungry for some tacos as well. Forgot to get the tacos last night, so I'm gonna get some Jamu. Healthy foods.